Have you ever wondered how to build your personal brand? What are the factors responsible? And how would you create a lasting impression? In this episode, we are going to explore three powerful ways on how you can create a memorable personal brand. Hello everyone, I'm Pratyush and you're listening to the Underdog Protagonist. This podcast is for those who want to take ownership of their lives. My guest list is open, so if you think you have something worthwhile to share, then DM podcast in any of my socials. Links to that you can find in the description down below. Here, I'm narrating a story of a major breakthrough. Has not happened yet, but I am very optimistic about it. If you find this podcast helpful, then share it along. It really helps. Okay, so we all have heard what a brand is, right? But do we really know what it is? Now, some might say it's a company, right? Maybe it's Apple, Nike, etc. And some might say no, it's a logo. But is it a promise then? Somewhat, but not really. But what a brand really is this. It is a result of a person's gut feeling about a product, service, or the company. In reality, a brand is your reputation. Interesting what Martin Neumeyer says. Your brand is not what you say it is, it's what they say it is. Mind blowing, isn't it? It really states that you don't define your brand, but the people do. The people define it in their heads according to how you make them feel. We will go into depth some other day. For today, we are talking about ourselves and our personal branding. As a company can be termed as a brand, so can a person, right? If you're someone who want to create a lasting impression on people and increase your net worth, then your personal brand and what you do plays a huge role on making it. Think about it. MS Dhoni is a brand, and so is Bhuban Bam and Shah Rukh Khan. But you might ask, why do I need a personal brand to begin with? Great question, Jignesh. These people have an identity in front of people who know, like, and trust them. And in future, if they think they have something worthwhile to offer, then they won't be starting from scratch. They have millions of people backing them up. The ecosystem is just too powerful. If you like to create a top-notch personal brand for yourself, then listen to the end to find out how. Tip number 1. Be good. Whatever niche you belong to, whatever you choose to do, you need to be good at it. Being mediocre won't cut it. You need to eat and breathe what you do. Now, how would you do that? Let's say you're a designer. Now, ideally, you'd like to find out what you really like to do and what you don't. Do what really floats your boat, right? And once you have that down, you need to learn everything from the start. Feed yourself the knowledge day in and day out and until you have acquired complete mastery on the topic. While doing so, you'll realize you like a couple more things in it. Like maybe you'd like to learn more than one tool like Photoshop, Illustrator, or Figma. Or you'd like to understand multiple services like poster design, logo design, and whatnot. While it may seem tempting to learn everything in one go, it might start to become overwhelming at some point. You will come through various distractions and end up being the jack of all trades. Therefore, start with just one thing. The narrower you make your niche, the better. When one skill is completely acquired, you go to the next one. This is how you expand, but never start by juggling multiple balls. Not at least while learning. Tip number 2. Be different. Now, being different does not mean you will be different altogether. You can never do that. There will always be someone who has done it before. So be different distinctively. Find out what people associate you with. You basically want to advertise that whatever you do, it's unique. So put a personal touch on it and you have now made that approach yours. Humans are emotional creatures, right? And oftentimes they look into your personality. Once they start liking you, they will start loving you. Now, this is what I mean. If you're different, then people will lock into the meaning and become the advocates of your brand. So, you want to be recognized? Be different. Tip number 3. Be present. You need to put yourself out there. People won't know you until they see you, and they need to see you very often. Come out on social media, show your face, show them what you offer, and let them know what you can help them with. You cannot sell anything if you don't have enough proof of concept. Drive validation by allowing people to interact with you. You can claim a lot of things, that you are kind, you are generous, and whatnot. But people won't believe you until they start seeing it for themselves. Basically, you need to create a lasting perception on your audience's minds. Your image on social media has to be advertised as you are there for them, the people. Because when you show care for them, people start caring for you. No one wants to follow an arrogant, self loving person. They want someone who is generous and compassionate. This brings us to the next step, the bonus step: be you. I know I have said 3 tips, but just hear me out. You need to be presently good and different, but you should not put a mask while doing so. Be the real you. Show people who you really are. Show why you are doing this and let them know your purpose. There will be people who won't like you and the way you talk, and that's okay. You can never please everyone, but don't end up portraying a different image which is not you. You will eventually be tired of pretending to be someone who you really are not. You need to understand people have a different taste, but at the same time, you need to remember that there are people out there who will like you for how you dress, for how you talk, and for what you are. So never let one negative comment ruin your enthusiasm. Find the people who adore you and value you, and you need to be grateful for them. Partly why social media is called social, right? It's because it's a platform for all sorts of personalities. You need to show yours and really own it. You are listening to The Underdog Protagonist, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.